Well guys, welcome to my next session down my Syndicate Lake. I'm going to be down for a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd come down here. I had a blank last trip down, and I sort of on the way home I sort of realised that I'd messed up really. I'd moved. I should have moved again, but I was just being lazy, you know. And if you snooze, you lose, you know. It's I should have just packed up again and moved in the middle of the night where the fish were showing. But I thought, oh, they might come in. You know, I was a little bit tired, so I didn't bother. You know, so it's not it was not the one to do really. But I got up at 3:30 this morning. Well, 3 o'clock. Left the house at 4. Me and the old Carp dog. It's a 2.5 hour journey for me. 2.25 hour journey for me to get here. So it's pretty. It's M25, M20, M11, you know, A14. So I've just got to leave that time. Plus, even in the winter, I want to get here just on first light. Because you never know, you might see one. You know, you never know. You might see a fish, and that'll give you a good indication. Especially this time of year, it's got cold. We've had a bit of a cold snap. Last week just gone, we had some, you know, -2 I think at one point in this area. I'm in Peterborough. So I wanted to get down. It's a little bit warmer. Pressure's dropping. We're going to have a lot of rain tomorrow. We've got a couple of nights. Me and the old Carp dog. And we're going to see if we can nick one out. I didn't see anything this morning. Didn't see nothing at all. It's been really, really quiet. So we're going to give it a go anyway. I've changed tactics. I was just pinging out a few boilies, a few singles, and putting 20 or 30 boilies around them. I've totally changed tactics, which I'll show you. I'll show you tomorrow. Actually, I'll show you me mixer now. I've like a it's a hemp. It's a chili hemp base. Always like the old chili hemp. No matter what time of year. I use a lot more particles in the winter. Little 12mm System X shelf lives. Half a can of corn, I'd say, and I've got about 4 or 5 pints of maggots. So I've spotted those out, found an area out in this swim. I fished this swim, oh blimey, back in the spring. I had a quick overnight. It was a bit of a recce, ready for the winter. It's got some good depths down there, 20 plus foot, bottom of a shelf. Down there, I should just show you, look. There, bottom of a shelf. It's nice easy fishing. It's about 30-40 yards out max. Got a couple of donks out there, so we're going to give it a go, see what happens. See if we can nick one with a change of tactics. You know, I don't really like spotting, but in the winter I do, especially when I'm using the old maggots and small baits and hemp and maize and sweet corn, all that type of stuff. So we'll have a little bit of a more of an in-depth look at it tomorrow. Show you the mix and why I don't put the maggots in with it straight away. You know, various different things. And I've changed my rigs as well. I've changed over to a little combi rig with a little 12mm pop-up with a plastic fantastic plastic maggots on the top of all three. So we're going to have a look. I might show you that tomorrow as well, but I'm probably going to do a separate video on the on that particular combi link, because a lot of you guys have asked for it. So I'm going to do that. It's a separate one, and but I'll include it anyway, show you. Right, anyway, I'm going to nip off, have a cup of tea. It's a couple of hours before dark, and hopefully I'll have one to show you in the morning or during the night, or if not tomorrow, we'll revisit what I'm doing, and I'll show you the mix and the rig and all that and everything else. So I'll see you then. Just have a little look at that. I'll leave you with that view. Well, welcome back. Absolutely poured down last night. Absolutely bucketed down. It's still raining now. Look out there. It's still raining a bit now, but very quiet last night. Had a couple of liners, which was good. So I know I'm sort of hopefully in the right area. Nothing else has been out. I've been speaking to the other guys, but haven't seen nothing. Seen a few tench in the area rolling on the particle mix that I put out. So as promised, I'll have a little look at this. This is a little what I use. Have a look at that. Brighten up a bit here. Now that's a mix of chili hemp, that's a nice mix. What I use is, my base is always hemp. as the water temperature cools down. Chili hemp, always say, they do like that bit of heat in that hemp. I found it definitely works better than normal hemp. So base is always chili hemp, about half a can of corn, and I always put in a load of like 10 or 12 mil of the winter bait that I'm using, which is System X, which is goes through and very digestible. So let's have a look there. Let's have a look. You know, there we go. Look. Now I lay that down. I put about 10 spots of that on the spot. Fish 3 rods more or less near each other. Bit of maize and that for a bit of colour as well. Put a bit of that in, and also I use maggots. 2 or 3 pints of maggots. There you go. There's the maggots. Put the maggots in there. There we go. Just something a bit live, you know. Just adds to it. In the winter you can't beat maggots. Mixed in with that mix, you can't beat it. I've had a few questions when I would use that mix. Now, as a general rule of thumb, I like to use it as a water temperature gets below 10 degrees. So how do I know it gets below 10 degrees? Well, I have a little thermometer. There's a little thermometer there. There it is, look. Little thermometer. As you can see on there, it says 8.6. So yesterday, when I got here, it was 9.8. So it's gone down already. Even though we've had the cold rain has pushed it down by a degree. So tonight I expect that to go down to about 8 or 7.5 even more. There's a little strobe on it. I just put that in the water, and that gives me a rough idea of when the water temperature is dropping below 10. So that's when I tend to switch over from picking 20 or 30 boilies around 3 hook baits and go on to the old particle mix, the old mix, which is really digestible. So I'm going to pick another little bed of that out there, probably about another 8 to 10 spots just to top it up. See if the tension out there moving on it, because they're slicking it up as well, which is a good indicator that this fish out there feeding, get little slicks in the morning. I'm hoping to attract some of the carp. You know, one bite, that'd do me. But so I've got one more night left. We'll see what happens. You know, you can only do what you can do, can't you? I mean, last month there's only been 4 fish out. 2 of those, thankfully, you know, fortunately, I've caught a couple of trips back. But you can only do what you can do. You can only catch what's in front of you. You can only catch if they're feeding. So I'm confident what I'm doing, and I'm fishing one of those little combi links with a little 10 mil pop up on. So one more night to go. Hopefully I'll be speaking to you in the night or the morning, show you fish. But if not, it's, you know, have to rack it up as another blank and just keep on keeping on. You know, I'm confident in what I'm doing. That's what it's all about, confidence, and it'll come. You know, I'll get a few bites, put a few bites together.